Well, women of wisdom, what is our advice on getting rid of stuff? Do you guys have a routine so that you are not bombarded with a bunch of crap in your house?
That is such a good question. And I wish I had this advice like 30 years ago for sure, because I can tell you, people who move house a
Mm,
lot are in the distinct advantage that they have to purge, purge,
mhm.
purge, purge because they don't, they don't want to take all that stuff with them, right? And what better opportunity when you're moving house
Yeah.
to get rid of the old? I have lived in my current house for, oh, I don't know, let's give it 36 years, 37 years. And I can tell you that purging started maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Like, I mean, real purging. Started with the garage. Oh, word, the stuff that was in there. So yeah, the long and short of it is you got to purge on a regular basis. And I also just want to throw out for people who are like me, where it's like you walk into a room and you're like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so nothing gets done and you walk out. The best thing to do is to walk into the room and go to one closet or to one drawer
Mhm.
or to one pile and just say, this is what I'm going to declutter. Because it's actionable. It allows you to get it done and it allows you to get rid of the stuff.
And you feel better.
But and you feel totally better.
Yeah.
Like not only are you getting rid of all of this stuff, and some of it could be garbage, some of it could be going for, recycle. I mean, some things you can actually sell because like it's in really good shape. So yeah, it makes you feel amazing, but it also gets the job done
Mhm.
instead of like me walking into a room going, I can't do this. It's too much. There's just too much to declutter. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I can look at a pile and go, well, I'm just going to start with this pile of papers and I'm just going to go through this and get rid of all the stuff that I don't really need. And I mean, 90% of it you don't need anyways.
Mhm.
But in terms of purchasing, I try to keep it a rule that if I'm buying something, something goes out.
Mm.
So something comes in, especially if it's like a large object like furniture, I'm buying something, something else is going. It's got to be replacing something instead of just constantly adding and adding and adding and adding.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's so interesting because both my husband and I now look at our rooms because we're, systematically, and it's so amazing. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but it's so amazing. You will declutter an area and you think, okay, done. And then all of a sudden, like a year later or 14 months later, you're looking at that area going, how did that happen? Like,
Mm.
didn't we get rid of all that stuff? Like, I thought we got rid of all that stuff.
It's new
So
stuff.
yeah, it is an ongoing battle that you really, I think, need to do. And I really wish I could have had a conversation with myself 30 years ago to say, you know what, you got to stay on top of this.
Create a
Don't be sitting
routine
in
for
it. Yeah,
yourself right at the
exactly.
beginning of your life.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so easy to do because now I find that I will like just open up a drawer and just purge everything I want out of that drawer. I feel great, throw it all out, job done. It's
Mm.
not that big of a deal when you chunk it down like that, right? But you have to do it. That's again the other
Yeah.
part of the whole thing is you got to do it.
What about you, Michelle?
Well, I'm right along with Tracy E here. And even when you don't think you have the time to do it,
Mm.
set a timer for 15 minutes and go to that drawer and go to that closet. Yep. Set a timer of 15 minutes. Even if, so we're talking decluttering, and sometimes we don't think we have enough time. Decluttering can be part of your cleaning, like putting things back where they belong.
Mhm.
And so I remember growing up, Saturday was always our clean day, you
Yeah.
know? Well, you spend all day Saturday, like doing laundry and doing your dusting and vacuuming your floors. And
Yep.
I'm at the age now, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. My weekends are like, they're precious. I don't want to have to be doing that. So setting a timer for 15 minutes and going into a room and straightening it up is a form of decluttering. But for my closet, I no longer hold on to anything that I put on. It does not fit or look right.
Mm.
And in my mind, I say, when I what?
Mm.
Lose 10 pounds, when I get a flatter stomach, when I what? Roll it up, it goes in a bag. I have grocery, like a plastic grocery bag in my closet. So when I take something off or go to put it on, and I get the when I
Mm.
really, I donate it because what am I holding it on to? And I've held on to things forever
Mm-hmm.
and it either went out of style or I really never really liked it or whatever it was. So I constantly have a bag in my bedroom for the when I's.
That's great. That's a great idea.
When I, there is no when I's. If I put it on and it doesn't fit me or make me feel happy right now, it goes in. The second thing I've done is try to find my clothing uniform. So it's not always going out and buying the latest trend.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's you like having a closet full of black items, black and white, gray, beige, with sprinkled in something, whether it depends on whatever your work is or whatever. But to try to have a type of a uniform to work with in the decluttering. And then I do a lot of times setting a timer, cleaning things out. Now, we've talked in the past, I'm going to be vacating where I'm living now. So I have a lot, and here's the thing, the stuff we have here isn't moving with us. So I have a lot of decluttering to do. And what we are taking with us are things that are precious to us.
Yeah.
So if it's a piece of furniture that I just can't part with, then or he can't part with, we're talking on, okay, if we can't part with it, where's it going to go? In we're going to either be in northern Wisconsin or in Florida. Where can that piece of furniture go? And if we don't have a place for it, then we have to live with the memory and remove the furniture.
Mm.
So that's a lot of decluttering that's happening. And I do decluttering
Awesome.
through donation.
Yep.
And I use a local place where the proceeds go to grief counseling for
Mhm.
cancer.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that's where I donate there. So if you don't want to donate to like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, and I have nothing against those, you can try to find something local within your town.
Mhm.
I will sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Mm.
And I am actually taking a trip with a trailer attached to it because my children are getting some of this furniture.
Mm.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And I'm learning that electronics is really good. So, the reason why I'm looking in my desk drawer right now, I got myself, I got to open it up. I haven't done it yet, but I've got myself and Peter one of these. So, this is what they call a picture keeper.
Mm.
And so I have things of pictures there that I'm going to either scan on my computer or take pictures of, and then you could put them on these flash drives. And I'll always have the pictures, but I
Right.
need the physical picture.
That's a good idea.
So
I think like what you both are doing is awesome. And I think one of adding on to the bringing something in and getting rid of something is always having a place for everything. Because if you always have a place for everything, all of a sudden you realize that you've got 600 wine glasses and you know what I mean? Or you've got all these plates, or you've got 50 nail polishes that half of them have gone old because you're some are over here, some are over here. If everything has its place, you immediately know when things get cluttered up. So I find
Yeah.
that's one of my main things, that is, if I was going into a new place, like years back when I hadn't accumulated a bunch of stuff, that I would, start really having everything has its place. And when that gets a little crowded, I think you need to do your whatever 6-month decluttering, and
Yeah.
doing your 15 minutes here a day type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up is I started this year, and I always have done it beforehand, but this year I've been really I don't want to say strict about it, but I've tried very hard with it. Is if I'm even grocery shopping, or even whatever I'm doing, really going through all my cabinets first. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've come home and this is the third time I bought this same item.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite end, if like the other day I went to make sauce or gravy, whatever anybody calls it. We're having spaghetti and meatballs. And I went to get my supplies to make it, and I didn't have all of it. Well, I didn't run right out to get it, because you don't always walk in for that one item. And I wanted to see what I could use to substitute in that place. And it just gave me more of a creative way of doing things. And I know it's not a way of decluttering, but it's still what you're bringing in. It's just as important as what you're trying to remove from the house. Like you talked Tracy G, it has to have a place. Tracy E, you said one comes in, one goes out. When I buy a new piece of clothing, it's the exact same thing. If I bought a new white t-shirt, I better be getting rid of a white t-shirt, and I might need a new white t-shirt because you know how they get the yellow stains on it and this and that. Okay, then you have to get rid of the other one. Like, be more intentional in
That's
what
a good
you're
word
doing.
for it. Yeah.
Because
intentional.
the more you declutter, the more you're decluttering also what's going on in your brain. If you find your brain is racing and a lot is going on, I will guarantee you either the area you're sitting in, your bedroom, whatever is cluttered. If you want a good night's sleep, declutter your room, put your clothes away, put that stuff, make it a nice, safe place. If you can't concentrate at your desk, declutter your desk. Understand why you're not focusing or decluttering, or that focus. Declutter will help you with that.
And don't buy things just because you like them. I have so many shoes. I wear the same, I don't know, 3 to 5 pair, but I have so many shoes. And it's like, why? Because I thought they were really cute. I love them. But I'm not going to wear them. Well, I would once, and then I never wear them again. So why am I bringing that? Why am I bringing that in? Like, just because I appreciate it.
FOMO. Your fear of missing out on that shoe.
Yeah. But why? Oh, no, here we go on all the questions.
Why?
Why are we bringing why are we giving a bazillion presents to our children? Why are we, why do you feel all this need to bring crap into your house? Which I, in my early 20s, just love bringing crap into my house.
I'm the same way. Like, if there was a blank wall, I kind of felt like who was I that I can't even afford to put a painting up there? So you just go buy some, right? And that had nothing to do with it. Like, now I have all these pictures up, and I'm like, okay, now I got to do something with them all. And all my walls are covered. And in this room, I'm probably bringing 2 pictures. 2. And I have I have about 10 on the wall.
Wow.
And I'm bringing 2. In my bedroom, I only have the 2 that I want. And that's it, out of this 2,500 square foot townhouse.
My
I
girlfriend.
think another really critical thing to do. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, my girlfriend, when she moved into a new house, she left her living room completely bare for a year. And I couldn't do that. And she goes, no, I haven't found the pieces I want in this room. And you go into her house now, and it's beautiful because it's her personality. And she just didn't go and slap a bunch of crap in there. It's each piece is intentional. And like, I would have been like, oh my God, I can't have a bare living room for a year.
Right.
And I just look at her and kudos to you, like kudos to you, because you've got a surrounding that is exactly what you want. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I was just going to say, the other thing is when you are decluttering, the rule I have is that if I pick it up, a decision has to be made. It can't go into a different pile of, oh, well, I'll deal with that later because I don't know what to do with it. It's either I'm keeping it or I'm getting rid of it. It's one or the other. So, yeah.
So the advice is don't pick it up?
No, pick it up, absolutely. But because that's what I'll do sometimes when I'll go into a room, because like, it just does get overwhelming when you've been in the same place for 37 years. You're like, oh, God, how do I still have this stuff? And the rule is when I would open up a drawer, I would go, okay, now whatever is in this drawer, Tracy, you are going to pick up an item and you're going to make a decision. It's not going to go into well, I don't know what to do with this, so it's going to go into another don't know what to do with the pile. It's either I'm keeping it, I'm getting rid of it.
Yep.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. It's good because it forces you to go, do I really want this? Like, do I really, really want this?
And here's the other thing. I know this is I don't mean to sound morbid or anything, but at the end of your life, whoever is cleaning out your stuff, that's all it is to them, is stuff. And I am a big person who loves memories. So there are certain things that I have that are memories that are very minute, but if I don't hold on, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I just tossed my baby shoes. My very first pair of baby shoes that were mine. My baby shoes. Mine. Okay? Because when I was cleaning out my mother's stuff, she had them. And at that point, I was grieving. I couldn't throw them out. So I brought them home. And I'm decluttering. And I have them in my hand. And I sat there with that infamous question of why? What's the importance on these? Do I even remember wearing them? No. Do I have pictures with me in them? Yes. So there's the shoes. And I'm going to tell you, I thought at the end of my life, when my boys come in to clean out my stuff, what are they going to do with these shoes? Chuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People don't want your stuff. They don't want your stuff.
So that's another thing that I I don't mean to sound morbid and not to have.
No, but it's true. That's true.
But it's like, I had a great uncle that had no children that my grandmother ended up taking care of because he was older than her, that passed. And when I left, she's like, Michelle, I need help cleaning out his apartment. Can you help me? He was out of the book of hoarders.
Oh.
I mean, I found valuable things there in midst of all these sheets and towels. I found 72 boxes of cornflakes in his bedroom. Like, yeah. So I'm like, no, we got things. If there's no, it's gotta go. But that's what I think about at the end of my life. So everything he saved got tossed.
Yeah. I think another good thing is to go, why? Why are you bringing it in? Right? Like, why? When we had a discussion in past episodes about the why, and it really is why am I bringing all these pictures in? Is it because they make me feel good, or is it because I'm trying to impress someone else, or is it because this is what the standard is. Why are we bringing this stuff, this content into our homes?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or into our lives, I guess would be
Mhm.
better.
Now, if
There
you
is that dopamine hit that you get though from making a purchase. You get this rush that, you know, I mean, and I think that's what happens a lot with people is that, you know, people are, you know, scrolling on social media and they get ads and all of a sudden they're buying something because like in the moment it seems like a good idea but they don't really want it, and you know when it finally comes and it's not that expensive and it's like okay yeah sure, and I think we get that little dopamine hit that makes us feel good in the moment, so we just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yeah. You have to ask yourself why then.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels good, right?
Yeah.
It feels good in the moment.
Why does
In
it
the
feel
moment.
good?
And but how do you feel afterwards?
Yeah, I mean it's a chemical release. That's why it feels good. Chemically, your body is just giving you pleasure. That's
Right.
why. But yeah, you're right. All of a sudden, you know you have it. You're like, why did I buy this? What was I thinking when I bought this? You know, I mean, there's been lots of purchases I've done that with where I've looked at it and gone, I don't like.
Yep.
Have no idea what I was thinking.
I also think there's a bit of that I deserve this.
Yep.
You know, again,
Oh yeah, for sure.
going back
The
to
shoes,
that.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's honestly, you really, I think you have to do a real hard look at what it is that you're keeping, because I mean, nobody really is going to care about your stuff at the end of
No.
the day. They really aren't.
Nope.
And it's not morbid at all. It's reality. That's exactly what it is. So.
And I think it starts, especially if you're younger, starts with exactly what we said earlier about what you're bringing into your home. Like you can get rid of all the decluttering if you just stop it right from the front door, right?
I mean, there is that minimalist, you know, movement that's out there, where to me it's like almost to the opposite extreme. But I mean, that is a really good premise. I mean, they just don't have things if they don't have a use for them. If I'm not going to use this, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to buy it because it looks good sitting on a table in my dining room. I'm not buying it for that reason, you know? So important. But yeah, I would have loved to have had this conversation with myself 30 years ago, because I wouldn't have to be, wouldn't have to be trying to declutter a, you know, 5-bedroom house at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So how are you going to declutter? How are you going to declutter? Or do you need help decluttering? No, we're not coming to your house and help you clean it. But we can give you some suggestions and help you through that. Put it down in the comment section and let us know. And if you know somebody who needs a little decluttering in their lives, share this episode with them. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know when our next episode will be out. By the way, it's every Wednesday. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. And until next time, see you later.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.